نعم يا محمد يا حبيبي يا عزيزي.
Is savings encouraged in Islam, like the hadith where Rasulullah asked Abu Bakr, he gave everything, Umar gave half of what he has. Is saving something that's Islamic, or we needed the replacing to Allah?
Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu was a very, very rich man, as we all know. One day Umar ibn al-Khattab said, I am going to defeat Abu Bakr and give more in sadaqah. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq at that time had planned to give his entire wealth in sadaqah to Islam. Umar ibn al-Khattab thought it's going to be better than him today, so he decided to give how much? A quarter or 2/3? Half of his wealth. So he got half of his wealth, went to Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, today I have beaten Abu Bakr. Did he beat him? Absolutely not. He said, you have not beaten him. He has given all his wealth fi sabilillah. And he said, I will never ever beat Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Yes. Now Abu Quhafa is who? His father. Abu Quhafa is Abu Bakr as-Siddiq's father. He was a kafir at that time. Was he a kafir Muslim after that? Yes. So he went to the house of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. He was a blind man. He went there, and who was there? What's her name? Aisha or Kulthum? What was Abu Bakr's name? Daughter's name? The one that was in the room? Well, it could be Maymuna, could be Ruqayya. What's her name? Asma was in there. So Asma was in the house, and he said, Ya Asma, I heard Abu Bakr has given all the wealth and left you with nothing. Who was saying that? Abu Quhafa, the father of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. She said, no, ya abati. She did not want him to think like that because he was extremely angry. So there was a bag of like little rocks. She goes, come, I'll show you where the money is. She made him touch that. So he thought, okay then, that the money was not all donated to Islam, and that yes, he has left something for his children. But when Rasulullah asked, Ya Abu Bakr, what have you left for your family? What did he say? I left them a beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful clothes, beautiful beach, beautiful resort, a house on the, in Washington, D.C. Is that what he said to him? What did he say? I have left Allah wa Rasuluhu for them. What does that mean? How can you leave Allah and Rasulullah for them? How? Huh? He was mutawakkil, but there's something better than that. Like, how could he have left Allah wa Rasulullah? What is the meaning of that? Okay, he has left the teachings, the faith, the taqwa of Islam, which is sufficient for them. The belief, the love, the trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Allah and His Messenger. Did Abu Quhafa embrace Islam? Yes, he did. So much so that he had snow white hair, a beard and hair, snow white. So what happened then? When Rasulullah saw Abu Quhafa with snow white hair, the father of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, what did he say? Could go and dye it with blonde hair or dark green hair or dark or fluorescent yellow? Which one?
Don't be like the kafar diet.
He said don't dye it like the kafar?
Diet to be not like the Jews.
Where'd you get that from? Is that Nazvi's collection?
It is.
Of Nazvi? Okay. What did he tell him to dye it with? Huh? Black? Black henna, was it? Oh, that's a major problem there. That is an innovation and a half, Nazri. He told them, go and change the color of his hair with henna. It's a specific color like red. And he said here, and avoid the black. And this is where the prohibition that you are not allowed, woman or man, to dye your hair, beard, hair with the color black. It is haram in Islam. Why is it haram, do you think? Could there be a reason for this? Huh? Yes, it can deceive the other person. You know how many men dye their hair black and they could be 60 years old. But when they dye their hair fully black, they can look 40 years old. Did you know that? Black makes you look younger. It's a deceiver in reality when you dye your hair from white or any other color to dark black. It actually changes the age, the look, in the sense how old you are. And this is haram in Islam. You cannot deceive the other. And many, many men have done this, and I've heard of this. When they go to meet their potential wife, they dye the whites or the greys of their hair. Why do that for? Why deceive this woman? She may think you're 10, 20 years younger by looking at you like this. So it is haram in Islam, regardless of the reason, to dye your hair black. And the correct opinion here is male and female. So what was the question, Muhammad? Are we allowed to save? Yes, of course you're allowed to save. There's no problem in saving money. But how much are you allowed to write in your will if you leave any money behind? As long as the money is lawful and you're saving or accumulating lawful earnings, it is no problem. But how much are you allowed to give as charity in your will? 1/4? 1/3. You can give 1/3 of your wealth only. The other 2/3 go to where? Go to who? Your animals, your family. Or there's a lady in Australia who, in her will, I think it was $50 million it was, gave it to her dog. Wallahi. Look how stupid and silly people are. To a dog. And you'll see this in the world. Everywhere in the world it's happening today. So you are allowed to give only 1/3. So yes, you are allowed to save, Ya Muhammad, but that saving must be lawful. Not built on the riba from the bank or on haram from selling drugs or alcohol. No. Lawful savings is acceptable, but be careful that you don't leave much behind. I strongly urge that the money that you have, give as much as you can while you are alive. Fi sabilillah. Wallahi. Even if you've got a beautiful mansion, give it to as waqf, make it an orphanage, for example. Sell it and make that money before you die. Fi sabilillah. But you cannot do it on your deathbed. You've got to do it while you're still alive and healthy. You understand what I'm saying here? Like, you know how many people do when they are about to die and they know they're suffering from a chronic, deadly disease, and they're on their beds, they can cark at any second. What do? Write this to this person and that person and that person and so this. They want to make the best of it. They cannot do that. Islamically, it's haram. You are only allowed to execute at that time 1/3 of your money. Do you understand this? Any other questions? Or you've all had enough?